ICP, it's broken trend. It is actually at a critical point now. And after this trend break, that confirmed one thing, that we have got a little bit of control. The bulls have got a little bit of momentum, and we needed one thing to back up the momentum, and that was this. This volume spike actually told a big story. This volume spike here. We're waiting for another volume spike to be able to push through these barriers here, which is actually going to flip. It's going to flip ICP bullish. This is going to be the thing that confirms the one indicator that we've been waiting for such a long time. It's the retail indicator. It is the golden cross. For the golden cross to happen, we need one thing to happen. Let's dive in. And in this video, what we're going to do is we're going to focus on exactly what is in front of us, what needs to happen today, what needs to happen tomorrow, what needs to happen going into next week. We talked about the previous bigger swings in the previous videos, and we need to hit through these barriers first before we can get there. Are we making momentum? Are we taking control? Are the bulls holding any kind of conviction on this move? And are we going to break through the barrier that we're trying to overcome? First things first, yes, we got to break a trend. Yes, that was positive. We talked about that in the last video. This was more significant that we broke through this barrier, the biggest area of traded volume within the whole of this range. That was significant for me because that showed for the first time within the whole of this area here that we've actually got a bit of control back for ICP, and the bulls can start making bigger swings to those resistance barriers. That's what we were talking about. That's what this was. That's what this was. And that's what this was. And all we're trying to do is smash through the ceilings and smash through the ceilings in a bull market, crawl through the ceilings, and then we're sitting on a floor. When you're sitting on the floor, that's support. That's going to hold as support. You can allow the indicators to reset. We know that the bulls have got control. We know that the swing that has pulled us back to support is a lot shorter than the swing that managed to push us through the ceiling. And it's all about how high you can get and how high you can get. And you can see ICP, the $5.13. I do sound like a broken record. That is the next resistance barrier. This is the area that we're testing now, and we expected this to be a resistance barrier. Is it a good thing? Is it a bad thing that we're testing this? It's definitely a good thing because we've done one thing. We've broken through the biggest area of traded volume within the whole of this range, confirming that within this range, we are bullish. That's the biggest area of traded volume. We're above there now. We need to start looking at new swings. We need to start breaking new ceilings. We need to start crawling through and sitting on those floors. So $5.13. First things first, you can see the volume is decreasing. It's decreasing. It's decreasing. What you'll see when the volume decreases like that is you'll get some kind of a volume spike, which will just push price up. We haven't had that yet. One good thing about this, let me just tidy the chart up. One good thing about this, when you don't get much volume and you manage to get these kind of spikes with limited amount of volume, that shows one thing. It shows that the bulls have got control when there's limited volume. And when the bulls have got control when there's limited volume, the volume comes in and it pushes them hard. So it's waiting to push them hard. $5.13. The first thing we're going to do is we're going to get rid of $4.68 because that was a ceiling we managed to break through. That acted as a floor. Then we managed to break through this ceiling, $4.95. What we need to do is $4.95 needs to hold. So if we come back and we reject at $5.13 and start pulling back like this, coiling up, we want to put in a higher low. That's going to give us enough momentum to break through these barriers. Now we have got some big resistance barriers to get through. This is the big one, $5.31. And then you've got obviously the $5.13. So once we break through these, one things are going to happen. Firstly, you're taking out this previous resistance. Once you take out that previous resistance to flip support, we know that we've taken out that barrier, and this is a trend reversal. That's holding support, that's holding support. But we've got the 50 and we've got the 200 to contend with. What do we need to get a golden cross? We need this to cross up above here, and we need that to go over there to get a confirmed golden cross. What needs to happen as far as price is concerned? We need to break through, we need to come back, we need to retest, and then we need to hold this as support. That would confirm the golden cross, and that would push the 50 up. Why would it push the 50 up? Because the 50 moving average is a faster paced moving average times 4, because the 200 divided by 4 equals 50. 50 is a faster paced moving average, and it's a representation of the previous 50 candles collectively moved across, and that's what the line represents. So that's going to be faster paced, and if we break through here, there's a good chance that we're going to get a golden cross within the next week, and that's what we're looking for. The second possibility is a rejection at this point, and it is quite a strong possibility. Is it a good thing? Is it a bad thing? One thing that it would allow is we're overbought at the moment. The indicators to reset, the indicators to reset. So we're waiting for the indicators to reset. And if that happens, when we pull back and we manage to hold the previous ceiling as a floor here, $4.95, That reclaims this area, but it allows one thing. It allows for the indicators to come back, reset, and have enough power to push through the second time. So that's what we're waiting for. We're waiting to push through and then hold this area of support. You can see this trend line that we dropped here. Once we drop this trend line, you can see one thing happened: drop, rejection, that acted as resistance. Then we put in a new low. That's where we held this base here for a long period of time. That was the biggest area of traded volume. We've broken through there. We know exactly what needs to happen next on ICP. We're not quite there yet, but we're starting to make moves towards the previous lower highs here, starting to make moves towards the previous lower highs. And then if we do break through those, then we can start looking at the bigger swings. Just to clarify, what do the bigger swings look like? Just go over them quickly. The acceleration gap starts here, $6.20. It goes all the way to $9. Once you break through the acceleration gap, you go all the way back to the top of the range around $13.30. If you manage to break through that range, then you go to the next resistance point all the way here at $35. Are we going to get there? Who knows? But I'm going to be here with you guys all the way. So make sure that you do subscribe to the channel and hit that like button, start the comments flowing. Let's push this channel. And if you do like it and you really like the content, join the Discord group. How much does that cost? Completely free. That's where you can talk to me directly. That's where you can talk to a great bunch of people. And I will see you guys in the next one.